For over 1,000 years, Constantinople stood as an unshakable beacon, the last breath of Rome in the east. Its triple-layered Theodosian walls were said to be impenetrable, but now, in the spring of 1453, the storm approaches. Marching from Edirne is Sultan Mehmed II, just 21 years old, bold, brilliant, and utterly ruthless. He commands over 80,000 troops, including Janissaries and foreign mercenaries, and with him comes a weapon unlike anything Byzantium has faced: massive bronze cannons capable of shattering walls once thought indestructible. Among them is the Basilica Bombard, a monster that takes 60 oxen to move. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine XI has fewer than 7,000 defenders: Greeks, Venetians, and Genoese, holding what remains of a once mighty empire. They know they're outnumbered. They know help may never come, but surrender is not an option. The siege begins. The world is watching the last Roman city. The Ottomans waste no time. They encircle the city, sealing every escape. Massive siege camps rise, bristling with artillery. Day and night, the cannon fire pounds the ancient stones. The ground trembles. Cracks splinter through the great walls. Inside, the Byzantines patch the damage with timber and earth, holding back collapse with sheer willpower. Constantine orders non-stop repairs. Morale holds barely. Across the Golden Horn, a massive defensive chain blocks Ottoman ships from entering the harbor. So Mehmed responds with audacity. He orders ships hauled across land, greased logs rolling galleys around. Blockade. In a single night, the Ottomans bypass the chain, launching a surprise naval presence behind the Byzantine fleet. Constantinople is now fully surrounded, land and sea. Panic spreads, but the emperor steadies his people. Rome did not fall in a day, he tells them. The empire may be dying, but its heart still beats. As the siege drags on, food dwindles, hope fades, but Constantine XI refuses to abandon his city. He gathers nobles, soldiers, and clergy inside the Hagia Sophia, the grandest church in Christendom, and delivers a final vow. I will not leave. I will die with my people. He strips away his imperial robes, wears the armor of a common soldier, and prepares for war. In every street, preparations begin. Women carry stones to the walls. Children bring arrows. Priests bless. Swords and shields. The city becomes a garrison. The emperor personally inspects the ramparts, encouraging his weary men. Though outnumbered 10-1, their resolve holds. For them, Constantinople is not just a city, it is Rome itself. 1,000 years of glory and sacrifice now rests on their shoulders. They may fall, but they will not break. The emperor has made his choice. Now they all follow him. In the early hours of May 29th, 1453, the final assault begins. Trumpets blare, drums thunder, waves of Ottoman infantry charge the battered walls. The first ranks fall in heaps, cut down by arrows, stones, and boiling oil. But they keep coming. Behind them, Mehmed unleashes the Janissaries, his elite shock. Troops, silent and disciplined, they surge forward like a tide of steel. The great Basilica Gate is rocked by cannon fire, then shattered. A flood of attackers pours through. Inside, chaos erupts. Constantine leads a final charge on horseback, rallying his men with a cry. The city is lost, but I live. He fights beside his soldiers, sword flashing, refusing retreat. Corpses pile around the gate. Still, the Ottomans press forward. Blood runs through the gutters. The walls that stood for centuries finally break. The breach is open. The city is being consumed from within. The Ottomans pour in like a storm. Streets once lined with marble are now littered with the dead. Churches are looted. Houses set ablaze. Screams echo through alleyways. Women and children flee toward the Hagia Sophia, hoping for sanctuary. Priests conduct mass as terrified citizens crowd beneath the dome. But even holy ground cannot stop the storm. Janissaries breach the grate. Church, gold, icons, relics, all are seized. Emperor Constantine is never seen. Again, some say he died on the ramparts. Others claim his body was never found. In that moment, the last emperor of Rome vanishes into myth. The city that once rivaled Athens and Rome, the crown of Eastern Christendom, falls to fire and sword. After more than 1,000 years, the Byzantine Empire breathes its last. The Roman era, begun with Caesar, ends here, not in Rome, but in Constantinople, at the edge of two worlds. Sultan Mehmed enters the fallen city in triumph. He orders his troops to halt the pillaging. He rides directly to the Hagia Sophia, dismounts, and bows his head. This shall be a mosque, he declares. The great cathedral of the East becomes a symbol of the Ottoman Empire. Mehmed claims Constantinople as his new capital and takes the title Caesar of Rome. The streets are cleared, citizens returned, and new laws written. Under his rule, the city begins a new chapter. No longer Byzantine, now Ottoman. Constantinople becomes Istanbul, the bridge between continents. The fall of the old world marks the rise of another. The Renaissance spreads westward, fueled by fleeing Greek scholars. Gunpowder warfare becomes the new norm. The medieval age dies here in fire, blood, and ambition. Mehmed has not just conquered a city, he has rewritten the world order. The siege of Constantinople was the final heartbeat of an empire that began with Augustus. 1,000 years of emperors, crusades, and culture ended in a single morning. The world watched as the Eastern Roman Empire vanished beneath cannon fire and steel. But its legacy echoes still in the architecture of Istanbul, in the laws of Europe, in the crossroads of history. Constantine XI became legend. The Byzantines may be gone, but their influence endures. Every empire has its final breath. Every wall can fall, yet the courage of those who stood against the tide, that survives. The siege was not just about power. It was about memory, identity, defiance. And for one last moment, Rome stood, unbowed. Like, comment, and subscribe for more epic battles that shaped civilization. And remember, when empires fall, legends rise.